Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share with you the August Sew Sampler box. This month's box arrived on time, and so I'm super excited to be able to share it with you right away. I just got it the other day, and it has some really great things inside. So let's get started. Okay, I'm happy to say I guessed some of the contents of this box before I even opened it, and that is because when Fat Quarter Shop gave their little hint on the Jolly Jobber blog, they said cute as a button, and I just knew it was going to be something from Lori Holt. And sure enough, cute as a button, August 2021. I just knew exactly what to expect. And there is a darling little, I think Riley Blake calls these roly-poly. Well, actually, it's not a roly-poly. These fabrics are 5 inches. Oh, this is a Jolly Bar. Let me open it up and show you the fabric. So Fat Quarter Shop, if you're not familiar, they have a pre-cut that they do especially called a Jolly Bar, and they are 5-inch by 10-inch strips of fabric. So it's kind of like a layer cake cut in half. Yep, that's what this is, 5 by 10s. And this is Lori's stitch collection. And I'll just kind of flip through these fabrics. They're super cute. I love this aqua. It's got such a vintage feel. Oh, these prints are really fun. Super cute. And then the reds, pinks. I love this bubblegum pink, the little vintage dresses. And then this yellow, kind of a mustardy yellow. This is truly a 30s green. And then this one's more of a soft Kelly. And then a gray. Oh, I love this print. That's so fun. A text print and cross stitch. Wow, there's a lot of fabric here. This is a really good little bundle. And then the browns at the end. So those are the stitch fabrics by Lori Holt for Riley Blake, and it is a Jolly Bar. Also included is this really cute little container, also very vintage looking, and the inside lid also comes out, so you could store whatever little knickknacks or notions, or I even thought you could put buttons in there. So cute. And speaking of buttons, there is a cute bag of buttons that go with Lori's stitch fabric collection. And these are really fun to have on hand just when you need a button for something. They do coordinate with these fabrics, so that's super, super fun to have those little buttons. There are a couple patterns in here. This one is a simple stitch quilt pattern made especially to use the stitch Jolly Bar. So that's a good one. And then there's also another one, in stitches quilt pattern. And this one is super cute as well. And it's also designed with these same fabrics. Okay, one more notion. And I had never seen these before. These are Slap and Wrap Peels by the Gypsy Quilter. It says that they're for spools, cones, and rolls. So in other words, if you have a large spool, you could wrap this around it to keep the threads from moving. It says you can also put it on your wrist. So it'll just stay on your wrist. And this is actually an erasable pen if you want to write notes. So if you're at a quilting class or you're even at home just quilting and you need to write a note down, this is I don't know if it's water soluble or erasable, it says. So anyway, but the first thing I thought of with this is using it for rolls. I actually keep some of my fabrics quilted in Soft and Stable on hand, so if I want to make a bag or something. And so as soon as I saw that, I thought, I think I can use this to roll up my fabric, because I'm constantly rolling these and I keep them in a basket. But they always get shifted around and they unroll, so I'm guessing Yep, that I can put this on there, and it's going to keep my fabric from unrolling. So that is probably how I'm going to use all of these little slap and wrap peels. Okay, next thing I wanted to show you was we have block 5 in the Bright Side Quilt Along, and I've already made it, and I'm going to show you a few things about it. Let me kind of move these things over to the side. This one is a heart block that I designed. It is super fun. It just uses 2 fabrics plus the background. You're going to be making 3 flying geese units, and there isn't a block lock trim tool for this size. When I designed this block, and all of the blocks had to be a certain size, and there wasn't really a ruler that worked with this. So my suggestion is just to draw the lines and stitch carefully. There just isn't a ruler in the size to trim these down. But then you're going to be making 2 half square triangles, and the rest of the pieces are just squares in background fabric and in the red and in the aqua, and then a rectangle in the red. And I'll just show you the back of the pressing, because I feel like that really helps people to know how to make their blocks flat. So on the flying geese row at the bottom, I pressed out toward the background squares. For the second row from the bottom, I pressed the half square triangles toward the solid squares, and I pressed that seam in between the solid squares open. Then in the second row from the top, kind of the same thing. I pressed the aqua square over to the red, but I pressed this seam open because it was going to meet with that seam, and mostly because I had pressed the top seam open between the 2 flying geese. That's really what kind of got me started pressing all of these open. So there you can see what the back of the block looks like, and the front of the block is super cute. And as I mentioned, this is block 5. So we've got block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. It was fun to get some of the red fabrics in there. We had used just a little bit in block 1. But anyway, so now we have these 5 blocks finished up for the Bright Side Quilt Along as well. Okay, all of the products in the box will be listed individually in the description, and I will also have a link if you want to subscribe to the Sew Sampler box. Okay, so that's it for the August Sew Sampler box from Fat Quarter Shop. As I mentioned, I'll have links to all the products individually in the description below, but you can also sign up for these boxes now. They do have subscription openings available. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.